How's it going, everyone? My name is Matt Layton and welcome to Maywood. In today's video, we're going to be taking a tour of the neighborhood and giving you everything that you need to know. So let's first start with the location. Maywood is located just north of 66 and just north of Route 29, south of Lorcom Lane. The neighborhood is very convenient as it's walkable to two different grocery stores. And what's nice is that there's only retail on the southernmost part of the neighborhood. So once you turn into Maywood, you get all of the neighborhood quaint, small town feel, which is a characteristic that a lot of people are looking for these days. Some neighborhoods in Arlington, you're not sure where they start and where they end. When you're in Maywood, you know you're in Maywood. And I say that in the best possible way. Maywood dates back to 1909 when it was originally developed as a trolley suburb for the Great Falls and Old Dominion Railway. Thrifton Junction, which is now the Lion Village Shopping Center, was a major hub of the railway. Most of the neighborhood was developed in the late 1920s to 1930s, so you'll see a lot of homes that were built around this time. The style of the neighborhood will be a lot of bungalows, farmhouse, Queen Anne, Craftsman, with some colonials and ramblers sprinkled in. So a few characteristics that you'll see in Maywood. First, front porches. A lot of people hang out on their front porch. Roads are narrow. People walk in the middle of the street, as you found out in this video. Cars go slow for the most part. There aren't cut-through streets, and it's a neighborhood where everyone knows everyone. Let's get into real estate and prices. Now, you may be thinking that there's going to be a lot of teardowns in a neighborhood that has a lot of homes that were originally built in the 1920s and 1930s. Well, as it turns out, a lot of Maywood is actually located in a National Historic District, meaning that teardowns are not possible and renovations are challenging. If you do see a new build, it'll most likely be on Lorcom Lane or on the outer part of the neighborhood. So the starting price to get into the neighborhood is around $900,000. There were a few single-family homes that sold in 2020 around the $850,000 mark. However, both of those homes were 2-bed, 2-bath. So if you're looking for something a little more substantial, you'll start around $900,000. However, the average price in Maywood is going to be closer to $1.2 million. Now, I will say a budget of $1.1 will get you a pretty nice house in Maywood. And if you're looking for something special, if you're looking for one of the nicer houses in the neighborhood, you're going to be around $1.7 to $1.9. Now, a home did sell for $2.4 million a few years ago. However, Maywood is not a neighborhood where you're going to see a lot of houses sell north of $2 million. If your budget is under $900,000 and you want to live in Maywood, well, you may consider a townhouse. Now, technically, there are no townhouses in Maywood, but we do have these, the Oak Grove townhouse-style condominiums. It's a cluster of 12 units in this development. They're both 2- and 3-bedroom layouts with 3.5 bathrooms. Now, you can pick one of these guys up for under $700,000. However, I will say that the condo fee is a little high at about $480 per month. Another popular townhouse-style condo is the Maywood Mews community. Now, these are piggyback-style condos, one on top of the other, 2 levels, 2-bed, 2.5 baths that you can pick up for around $500,000. Right next door is a more traditional condo building. We'll walk and talk, we'll get there. We're gonna get to Dominion Heights, a condo building that has about 68 units in it. As we're walking, across the street is the local Safeway, so you can just walk across the street, get your groceries. Then we also have the Cherry Hill Apartments, which is the largest multi-family apartment building in Maywood, which was actually just recently renovated and is essentially just brand new or a few years old. So this is Dominion Heights, built in 2013. It's gonna feel almost brand new. We're on the corner of 29 and Monroe. As I said before, 68 units, 4 stories. 1 bedrooms will be in the low 400 to mid 400s. 2 bedrooms, honestly, all over the place. You could get it in the high 4s, but you'll most likely see it in the mid 5s to the upper 5s. Now, there's actually a penthouse unit, if you can call it a penthouse, on the 4th story that's in the low 700s. Now, personally, I think that might be a little bit overpriced, simply because if you do have the budget for a $725,000 2-bedroom, Well, you may want to be a little bit closer to the metro. We're about a mile away from the metro, but you can certainly get a 2-bedroom in Clarendon for $700,000 compared to a little bit further out at Dominion Heights. But as the area gets built up a little bit more and more shops and retail come to this part of Route 29, I think this is a very desirable place to live if you need quick access to Route 66 and to major arteries in Arlington. Okay, so now that you know a little bit of the neighborhood history and background, let's get into the top 3 things that you need to know about living in Maywood. And the first thing is the parks. So right behind me, we have the Maywood Mini Park. This is a low-key park for toddlers. It's not one of these extravagant parks that you find in Arlington with the water features and the bucket spinning that you might see at Six Flags that Arlington loves spending money on. This is just a normal park, which is great for toddlers. It has a sand pit, it has swings, it has a slide, a little place to run around. It's small and it's a very good use of the space. There's also Thrifton Hills Park. This is a much larger park, and in the wintertime, it makes for a great sledding hill. And year-round, it's a great place to come and bring a dog. Just be sure you keep the dog on a leash. Whew. Well, in addition to the parks, you also have the Custis Trail. And in just a few minutes, you can be on your bike flying down the hills toward Roslyn, or you can head in the other direction and pop out at Ballston. The second thing to know about Maywood is that it has a quaint small town feel to it. Right now we're on 21st Avenue, which is one of the main roads in the neighborhood. Now, fun fact, there's only 2 avenues in all of Arlington. If you know the other avenue, drop a comment down below and let me know. On 21st Avenue, there are events, there are block parties, and it has that small town feel to it. And even with the newer builds popping up here and there throughout the neighborhood, it still retains that old town charm, which is really hard to duplicate. And the third thing you need to know about Maywood is the walkability. So you can walk to 2 different grocery stores, you're about a mile away from the Clarendon Metro, and you're walking distance to shops and restaurants like my personal favorite, the Italian store. Check it out, I got a slice of something nice. This is pepperoni and sausage. Let's give it a twerk. One bite, everybody knows the rules. 8.9 out of 10. Pretty good. Italian store knows their pizza. So if you're looking to buy or sell in Maywood or anywhere in Arlington, my email can be found below. It's matt@thebattlegroup.com. I would be more than happy to earn your business. Also, follow me on Instagram @TheMattLayton and subscribe if you haven't already for more Arlington real estate videos. Until next time, create a productive day. Take care. Well, I hope I nailed that because I'm not going to buy another pizza.